Safety Man here. We're talking about New Jersey CCARE, or the most recent qualification standard for permit to carry a firearm. So what I want to go about today is explaining what that CCARE qualification and training procedure really consists of. So if you remember in the very beginning, after the Bruin decision, there was really kind of no standard. Some agencies or some qualification individuals were just saying shoot a couple shots here, shoot a couple there. They weren't teaching the proper use of force. Unfortunately, a lot of those firearms owners who were doing their best to be responsible and follow the law had to requalify again. If you remember, going back to my videos, since day one, only 3 days after the Bruin decision, I was doing a very high standard, and I got a lot of negative flack on social media because my standard was the standard that I, as a retired police officer, had to follow for 27 years active duty and now 5 years retired. I have to shoot every gun that I intend to carry concealed, right? Every gun that I intend to carry concealed twice a year. We don't know what the requalification standard is. However, the new standard is this. You must have use of force training, which I have the Attorney General's actual PowerPoint. You can't get better than that. I've been teaching it and I've had it taught to me for over 27 years, and I still train active duty law enforcement agencies in this use of force policy. So after you have the use of force training, which tells you when you can legally, morally, ethically, or tactically use this concealed firearm for the defense of yourself or another third party, regardless if it's a family member, an innocent third party, or some victim of a crime you happen upon. So it talks about all those things, how we have to surrender our firearm to a legitimate law enforcement officer. So that's the CCARE use of force portion. Here's the CCARE actual qualification course. It's 50 rounds, 50 rounds, 10 rounds showing that you can safely draw from a holster and fire 10 rounds from the 15-yard line, scan, breathe, check your weapon, clear your holster, look at your holster, and smooth to the holster, reconceal. Come back to that international de-escalation or ready position. Because after we get into that use of force encounter, do you possibly think that the entire event is over? Or there may be some chaotic people running around, friends of the people that you engaged in, your family, innocent bystanders, people wanting a video, and then law enforcement's going to come up. So you want to be ready. Take control of your crime scene. Pay attention to where that firearm, that knife, that bat, that weapon, or whatever it is you need to prove that your use of force was lawful, necessary, immediate, and proportional to the use of force that you or your family or some innocent third party was facing. So you have a lot of responsibilities after we engage that bad guy with the use of force or deadly force, whether he's dying, dead, or severely injured or great bodily injury. Because remember, we are now subject to criminal and civil litigation, so make sure you have attorney on speed dial. Okay? So here's a couple things that we look for when we're training, and I just want to show you first off that I am using training safety rounds. I have no live ammunition downstairs in my studio, basement, in my studio when I'm firing. So I'll walk these up to the camera so you can see that the orange tip, there's no primer. They can't possibly fire, right? They can't possibly create injury or property damage. Additionally, I have one empty magazine. You can see that that magazine is clear, safe, and empty. So I will take these orange training safety rounds and load this magazine. Take this magazine back in our pocket. I'll show you my firearm. Firearm is clear, safe, and empty. Okay. Okay? So then we will take our spare magazine in, hand over top, rack the slide hard, let it go. This is not a water park. We do not ride the slide because the gun will jam. Did you see a round eject when I do that? If I ride the slide as supposed to, work the action, it ejects around. So do that. Set yourself up for success, right? So now, I'm engaging my threat. Stay down. Don't move. I have a gun. Stop, stop, stop. Click. Nothing happens. What do? Go look for my instructor, raise my hand. Unfortunately, that's the way some people are trained. No, I pull that trigger. It goes click. Bring that weapon straight up into my workspace. What can I see? I can see you, my threat. I can see my firearm. I can diagnose the problem. Most times it's going to be tap the magazine hard, rack the slide, and ejected that bad round. Get back on target and assess. Do I still need deadly force? If I do, click, and then I come down, stay down, don't move, assess my threat, assess my gun. When I'm sure my threat area is clear, that bad guy's no more a problem. Bring that weapon back to a ready position. I scan 360 degrees, get offline if I need to make sure that I don't stay where I just was. And then when I'm sure everything is good, I clear my holster, look at my holster, smooth to the holster, reconceal, come back and then take charge. You call 911, you call 911. Does anybody know first aid if it's safe? If this is a multiple actor shooter event, then you get everybody to safety, and then when safe, you report it to your attorney and to 911. A few other things that can happen in a gunfight. If you don't train for it, you're not going to know how to fix it, and you might as well use this as a bludgeoning instrument. Talking about some of the other things that could come up in a semi-automatic gunfight, we talked about a jam, a stovepipe, or even if your weapon runs clear, tap, rack, ready, or insert a new magazine, tap, rack, ready, assess, and determine if active force is still needed, if deadly force is still justified. Another thing that can happen is a double feed. So if you look in this double feed, you'll see that there's a round in the chamber which failed to extract, and then another round on top of the magazine that's trying to push it in. And what did we say to do if there's a malfunction, right? We tap, rack, and we can do this all day. It's never going to fix the gun because the pressure of the round on top of the magazine is pushing on the round that's in the chamber. It's never going to come out. We can tap, rack, ready all day. So what do we do if that happens? Well, you see this my slide stop right here. We pull the slide to the rear, lock the slide to the rear, we rip this magazine out. You'll see now I cleared all the malfunction. I would then get a new magazine, put the new magazine, see that round ready to go, tapped it in, racked it, and now my weapon is back in service. It takes some time to do that. It takes quite a bit of practice to do that. So we call double feeds double feet. Get off the X, turn your hips in the direction that you intend to run, get the safety while you work with that malfunction so you can get your firearm back in service. Because remember, clear the holster, look at the holster, smooth through the holster, reconcile back to that international de-escalation and defensive position, right? So we talked about getting weapon on target, making sure that you have good ammunition, making sure we can clear malfunctions or slide lock because the weapon is empty, identifying those malfunctions because we keep the weapon in an area that we can see it when we're working on it, so we can look at the weapon and in our peripheral see the threat, or see the threat in our peripheral see the weapon. If all else fails while you're working on something, hit them with that light, blind them for a little bit, change directions, work on your malfunction, get your weapon back in service. None of this works if you don't train it. When you come to Safety Man CO, as a 30-year firearm instructor, I train SWAT, veteran, rookie, brand new police officers in the academy, and hundreds of citizens. I do not change the way that I train. Everybody gets the same training to make sure they're tactical, legal, moral, and effective with any firearm system that they bring to Safety Man. Contact safetyman.co or give me a call 609-975-9275 to make sure that you are not only just passing the minimum, but that you are above what the standard is, so you can be safe, effective, and legal to defend yourself and innocent third parties, whether you know them or not. Be safe, train ready, and train now.